If you're an aspiring trader who wants to be able to scale their Forex trading capital and make tens of thousands of dollars every single month online, then you're in the right place. My name is Sal Sanchez and I was able to do exactly that with Forex trading in a little under a year. I went from 0 to 500k funded, moved to Thailand at 20 years old and literally changed my life. Here is one of my certificates from ACG right here. And you know, seeing these certificates, getting funded, is literally the dream for traders, and that's what I'll teach you in this video. Now, not only have I mastered this strategy myself, but I've taught this exact strategy to hundreds of other people as well, and they've been able to get payouts, get funded, and quite literally change their life in a matter of months. In this short, straight to the point video, I'll explain exactly how you can do this as well. So let me share my screen and we can dive straight into this. So let's go over how you can become 500k funded or more and make over 10k a month through Forex trading in under a year. Now, I was able to do this and there's proof all over my social media. I was at university 2 years ago. I went through first year while learning how to trade, and then I learned how to trade, got funded, and then a few months after quitting university, I had enough funded capital and enough payouts to move out to Thailand and trade full time. So I know that this works, and I've also helped other people do the same, and it's crazy because this strategy does work. Okay, so that's a bit about who I am. I went from literally, you know, losing thousands to making over 10k a month. I started trading actually 4 years ago, but I didn't really see any success. And the reason I didn't see any success until probably 2 years ago when I actually took it seriously is because when I started learning, I was doing signals, I was trying to find an easy way to make money, but that just isn't true. There's no way to make money easily. And then when I started taking it seriously at university and getting a mentor, that's when I was able to actually change my life. And then in 1 year, like I said, I went from learning to dropping out to moving to Thailand and getting over 500k funding. So it's crazy and it's possible. And what we're going to be covering today is how I became consistently profitable, how I've helped other people do the exact same thing, how to get unstuck in your trading and actually start making money, because that's a big problem people face. Is they might even know a strategy, they might have a very good strategy, but there's a few things that you need to change in that strategy to find the success that you're looking for. And that's what I'll teach you in this video as well. And I'll teach you my entire process to go from 0 to 6-figure funded, which is actually a lot easier than you might be thinking. People really idolize 6-figure funded, but I've got students who have been able to literally quit their job and get 6-figure funded in probably less than a month. And it's possible, okay? Clev is a great example of that. And I'll probably go into the detail on this a bit later on. But he's one of my top performing students. He's now funded over 500k. And he did this in like 3 or 4 months. So it's possible. And I'll teach you how to do this as well. And I'll go over my full coaching program as well at the end in case you are looking to learn with me. So who is this video actually for? Well, it's for new and advanced traders who aren't consistently profitable. If you're profitable, there's no point watching this video. But if you're not profitable, stick around because I will literally change your life. And it's also for people who are ready to put the time in and learn a new skill that will change their life, because trading changed mine and it can change yours as well. It's for people who are studying or working a 9 to 5, because a big misconception that people have is that even if you're studying or working a job, you can't learn how to trade. But this is not true, because I was able to become a full-time trader while studying for accounting at university and also working a 9 to 5 alongside of that on the weekends. So it's possible and you can do this, okay, if you have the right strategy. Now, this video is also for people who actually follow guidance, even if they don't understand it at first, because trading is difficult. You're not going to magically understand this. It's going to take time, but you need to be willing to put the time in, okay? And it's also for people who are willing to skip nights out, stop drinking, cut out bad habits, and actually focus on your goals, because that's the key to success in trading, okay? You have to focus. You have to lock in. And that's what I need you to do in this video. Now, in case you're doubting your trading ability, I just want to show you a few of my students' results and show you guys that if they could do it, so can you, okay? So this here is Clev. He's one of my top performing students. He's absolutely smashed it. You can see down here, this is a picture of me and him at my trading event that I did back in January. Super crazy event. I gave away $1 million of challenge accounts and a trip on a private jet for one of my members as well. So that was crazy, okay? And he's gone from 0 to 500k. He's now quit his job. He's got his own apartment now, and he's literally smashed it. Now, these 2 certificates right here are literally from last week. So it was crazy. We had 2 students pass a 200k challenge each and get funded with FTMO 200k, which is absolutely crazy. And you can see right there the certificates. So that's another example. Now you can see here, small account pass, but it's a 10k. That was from last week as well from Morgan. And you can see as well, the community are all very, very happy for him. It's very good to have a good community when you're learning how to trade. This here is Kay's. She's very, very successful. You can see that's 100k passed with her. And then Tony was able to pass 100k as well with ACG, literally 1 month after joining me. So absolutely insane. Now I'm not showing you this to show off my students necessarily, but just to show you guys that these are all average people. These are all people who, you know, work a 9 to 5, or some of them don't work a 9 to 5 anymore because they trade full time. But if they can do it, so can you. And don't let your mindset stop you from being successful, because you need to believe that you can do it, and then you will do it. So if I had to start trading again, this is exactly how I would become funded without losing any money. Let's get right into it, okay? The first thing you need to do is completely change your mindset, your habits, and your lifestyle, okay? Without, first of all, having a good habit, having a good mindset, having a good lifestyle, your trading is never going to be good, okay? There's literally no point learning how to trade if you're an alcoholic, if you're a loser, if you're waking up at like 1 p.m., 12 p.m., 11 a.m., whatever it is, right? If you're waking up late, if you've got bad habits, you have to get rid of those first, because trading is one of the most difficult things on your mental ever. Like, you literally need to lock in. You literally need to change your life first before you can ever see success in trading, okay? And that's the most important thing. Before you even go on to learning a strategy or developing your psychology or whatever, you need to develop your habits first, okay? And, you know, understand that it takes time to see success. Give yourself a realistic time frame, as you can see down here. And then, of course, cut out the bad habits, because those bad habits, you know, if you don't get rid of them, there's no point in you even learning how to trade in the first place. Now, on to the next thing here. Actually learning a strategy, okay? This is super important, and this is where so many people go wrong, is because they don't just learn one strategy. They learn multiple different strategies from multiple different people, and then they wonder why they're not successful. But the reason why is because they've learned too much information. In trading, there is a thing called overlearning, and that's not what you want to do. Learning more and having more strategies in your head doesn't mean you're going to be a better trader. Trading is not like working a 9 to 5 job. You don't get rewarded for the more work you do. You get rewarded for being smart and developing one strategy. So that's why you can see here, I said, learn one strategy, backtest it and forward test it, and don't watch thousands of videos, you know, trying to learn different strategies, because that's how you are going to be overloaded with information that just isn't useful. So many people on YouTube who teach you how to trade don't even know what they're speaking about in the first place. They can't go and show you a funded account certificate, right? And by the way, this is a super cool thing I bought the other day. It's like a funded plaque. Super cool, okay? But, you know, learn from people who actually can teach you and give you valuable information. And when you find someone like that, then just learn their strategy and nothing else. And also, another thing you need to understand is your risk to reward and also the success rate of your strategy. You don't need to find some 100% win rate strategy. That's not the key to success. There's no such thing as that as well. So stop trying to think that that's hiding somewhere on a YouTube video, and if you watch another YouTube video, you might find the key to success. That's not how it works. And anyone who tells you there's a 100% win rate strategy is just lying to you. So stop listening to that, okay? And yeah, so that's the next step. Now after that, okay, you need to actually develop your psychology in trading. Psychology, as I'm sure most of you know, is one of the most important things. If you don't have a good psychology when you're trading, you're not going to be successful. Sort of going to step number 1, like I said here, about developing your mindset, is also psychology. But you can't improve your trading psychology unless you improve your habits, your lifestyle, and your mindset in your personal life first. So they go hand in hand. And that's why you need to do it in this order, okay? But once you have developed your mindset, once you're going to the gym, once you've got a good routine in your personal life, then you can start to develop your trading psychology, which I'll give you a few tips on how to do right now. When it comes to developing your trading psychology, you need to learn what you need to be improving on, okay? And that's why in my community, I have an entire course dedicated to psychology. As you can see right here, there's 5 different modules. Each module has probably a minimum of 5 videos in each section, teaching you everything about psychology. So any issues you have with psychology, if you go through this course, you will get rid of them, and in turn, your trading will massively improve. However, like I said, you need to actually develop and practice improving your psychology. Okay, there's no simple fix. It's going to take a long time. However, if you can implement the things I'll teach you, then you will literally be able to do this quicker than anybody else can and change your trading forever, because psychology makes up about 80% of your trading. So if you can't improve your psychology, you're never going to be successful in trading in the first place. Now, going back to my presentation, you can see here you have to learn to have discipline and patience in your trading, which I'll teach you how to do, of course, as well, because that's super important. If you're someone who's not disciplined, who's not patient, who maybe is over risking and over trading all the time, you're not going to make it in trading. But that's why you need to develop that and stop doing that to see success, okay? And also learn how to handle your emotions in the charts. And by the way, if you're wanting to join my community and get funded just like all of these people here, then click the first link below in the description. Now, after that's done, after you've mastered your psychology, it's now time to backtest and demo test, okay? And this is where most people go wrong. Most people rush this process, and this is why they fail. You need to spend time actually backtesting in detail and understanding your strategy, and also forward testing and journaling as well. This isn't as simple as just learning a strategy and becoming a master. You need to practice and develop your strategy based on your personality and your trading ability and your trading style. That's why backtesting is important, because the way I trade the strategy might not be the way you trade the strategy. Okay, everyone is different in trading, and each person has their own personality, and each person will view the markets differently. And that's why backtesting and demo testing is important, so that you can find your own edge using my strategy, of course, and then adapt it to your own personality and your trading style. But that will only come from backtesting, okay? And that's why I recommend you do backtesting before you even go for a challenge. Now, I recommend you do about 2 hours every single day, even the weekends, okay? Because this is what's going to separate the 99% of people who fail to the 1% of people who succeed. When I was at university, I spent at least 2-3 hours a day on top of everything else I had to do, backtesting, okay? And learning how to trade, developing my strategy, finding my edge in the market. And that's why I was able to be successful so quick, because I was practicing. I was giving trading literally 110% of my effort. And that's what is going to make you part of the 1%. Now, after that's done, of course, you can now go onto a challenge. Once you've mastered your strategy, once you've demo tested for a few months, once you're profitable, by the way, big emphasis on profitable, because there's no point going for a challenge account if you're not profitable. You're just going to be throwing your money down the drain, wasting your money, and you're never going to pass the challenge, okay? And that's why you need to do all of those steps first, then go for the challenge, okay? Once you're confident with your skills, then you can go for a challenge account. And by the way, I give you a free challenge in my community as well. So, you know, I literally give you everything to see success, okay? And once you start on these challenges, start with something small. Don't go in with a crazy 100K challenge account, because that's too much money to risk. And initially you don't want to have that much pressure. So go in with maybe a 10K, 20K, 25K challenge and try and pass that. And if you can pass that, then boom, you can go into 100K, a 200K, right? Get yourself funded, just like these guys here are able to do. Clev, 500K funded in 4 months. If you do the strategy and if you master it, you can do the exact same, okay? So yeah, that's the next step. And then of course, the next and final step is to get funded. Start to live your dream life, just like all of these people here are able to do. Clev literally went from 0 to 500K funding in less than 4 months. Ivan's now 200K funded. Casper's actually funded over 600K, and I've got an interview coming with Casper very, very soon, as well as Ivan as well, because Ivan's smashing it also. And yeah, literally guys, once you can get funded, your life will change. Like I said, I moved out to Thailand at 20 years old because of funded accounts, and my life has changed. I've been here ever since. And bro, all I can say, guys, honestly, speaking to you guys right now watching this video, your life will change when you can master trading. You literally have the ability to press a button and make thousands in a matter of minutes, hours, you know, however long you want to be trading for. You can change your life, okay? And this is why I make these videos, to really motivate you guys to keep on going, because I changed my life. I'm 21 years old, living the dream, and you can do the exact same. And if you want to do the exact same, I'm going to break down my trading edge mastery in a circle, so you can understand exactly how I can personally teach you to become a full-time trader and make 10K or more every single month using my very simple strategy. So let's get right into it. Now, step number one to doing this is of course getting rid of bad habits, okay? And also developing the mindset of a successful trader, which I'll teach you how to do in my community. And then step number two is to master your strategy and also your psychology. Now, I've got a full guide that teaches you how to do this inside of the community. There's literally 3 different courses teaching you this. There's 2 on the strategy, 1 on the psychology, and you get live trading every single day, market breakdowns, trade breakdowns, videos on managing risk, how to master emotions, how to, stop falling victim to FOMO, videos on discipline. Literally, I'll be honest, everything you could possibly need to pass your funded accounts and get funded like some of my students right here is inside of the community. And then of course, step number 3 is to get funded, pass your first small account by risking a 1 or 2% per trade, which is what I recommend doing, right? It's very important to have correct risk management, and then stack funded accounts and go for bigger payouts and eventually literally change your life with trading, just like I was able to do in basically 1 year. Now, what's included is going to be the courses, which I've already touched on a little bit before. You get access to one of the best trading communities in the space. Like I said at the start, my giveaways and the meetups that I do are absolutely insane. And the stuff I've got planned for 2025 is out of this world. Nobody's doing anything like I am, literally taking over the space. You get group coaching calls, you get one-to-one mentoring, you get a free 10K challenge account, not funded challenge account, which I'll give you to pass, and I'll help you pass this. And this is also why, okay, this is why my students almost pass this within 100% success rate. Because if you see here, right, Morgan has been in my community for probably a month and he's gone and passed that 10K, okay? And it shows you that this is possible. I'm probably gonna put a video testimonial up here on the screen, and I want you guys to listen to this, okay? This is from one of my newest members, and he's gone and passed the 10K, and I believe he's passed a 50K as well within a month of joining me, okay? So I'm gonna put this up right here, and you can listen to this really quick.
So my experience so far with Trading Edge Mastery has been really good. Within the first month, I was able to pass a 10K challenge for ACG. This week alone, I passed a 50K phase 1 and another 10K phase 1.
And if this is interesting to you, and if you want to learn how to change your life with trading, you can apply below in the description, and hopefully I'll see you inside. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to smash that like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.